Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, May 27th, 2020 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I find my balance between listening and expressing. And today we have the moon preparing to shift right now, about 2 hours from this recording, into Leo. So Moon in Leo. Moon in Leo is meant to engage your inner child, bring out that sense of playfulness. Moon in Leo can get quite dramatic, very expressive, and that Gemini energy will just egg on that Leo energy. So be very aware of potential dramatic and flourishing expressions through the day. I wish you guys could see the look Luce is giving me as she's sitting here as I'm giving my dramatic flourishes. She's like, too dramatic for me. Actually, speaking of Luce, she's been hanging around while I was pulling the cards and everything, and I offered to let her pull a card. And the Taurus, of course, pulled the abundance card, reminding us to stay balanced between our earthly pursuits and our spiritual. The abundance energy, so Taurus, again, Taurus from her, and this card always reminds me of Taurus energy. Really enjoying the fruits of the earth, the sensual energies, sensual energies of this planet. So, besides that, let's dig into this energy. Silly beginning, but hey, it's all part of it. So Moon in Leo is making all of the strong connections today, although I actually want to start with the Mercury energy. So this is our last full day of Mercury in Gemini, and Mercury will be making its way to that 29 degree, and at that 29 degree, hanging out with the North Node. So like I said, I've been doing these eclipse readings. North Node, 29 degree Gemini energy, is going to be hanging out all through that. So there's this major energy of staying open in our mind, staying in the state of, I don't know. I know I don't know the full picture, but I'm willing to find out. I'm willing to be the student. I'm willing to be the jack of all trades. I'm willing even to go down my personal rabbit holes. So be aware of the mental energies potentially spiking between today and tomorrow as Mercury and the North Node join, but do also be aware of the rabbit holes that you are being called to go down, which is interesting because I've definitely been going down a little rabbit hole. I've been going down a few rabbit holes. I'm like in this rabbit hole and this rabbit hole over the last few days, and so it makes a lot of sense. Anyways, see, this is for me just as well as you. Be aware of it, but just really, honor the calling of the rabbit holes, but also be very aware of corralling the monkeys, that the monkeys do not have to go down each and every single rabbit hole that they encounter. It is a zoo up here. All right, so back into today's astro. We're really working our way into Moon opposite Saturn to begin the day. So we have Saturn retrograde, 1 degree Aquarius. The Moon in Leo, it really does want to have fun, but there can also be that I'm not supposed to be having fun. I'm supposed to be doing this work. I'm supposed to be doing this. I feel like especially as the world is in such a shifty place right now, that guilt may feel a little bit extra. Saturn in Aquarius reminds us that even though it's retrograde and even though we're in this state, we are building the future. And I think fun is an important energy to stick into our foundations of what we create. Fun, play. There is so much creation energy that comes from our inner child. It has an important place in our lives, in our work, and keeping us in our whole body, mind, spirit, soul, heart, self. That inner child is so connected to soul. It's so connected to spirit. We don't want to lose that energy. So it's not to say that there may not be healing to be done with your inner child and the like. But do stay in touch with that energy because it's an important and supportive one for us. Sun connecting to Moon in Leo, Sun in Gemini. Like I said, that Gemini energy is ready to egg on the expressive, flourishing energies of this Leo moon. Every time I do that, Luce is just sitting in her little house, or I'd like grab her and make her look at you guys, but she's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing, human? So today may be one of those days. The Gemini is egging on a little bit of the dramatic energy. Let it be fun dramatic. Let yourself sing opera. Let yourself do extra bows. You know, that kind of thing. Bring a little joy to yourself. We all could use a little extra laughter. You may also find there is some expression bubbling up, things needed to be said, meant to be said. So do be aware of that. I have the suppression card in reverse. Do not suppress. Let it fly. And let it fly from that harmonious place of your mind and your heart connected. And that is Gemini energy, mind, and Leo energy, heart. Deeply connected. Finally, in the afternoon, we have the moon squaring Uranus. There's that Taurus energy. Stay in the place where you know your value. Stay in the place where you know your abundance. However, we all have those, again, inner child things, issues, where we may not necessarily feel valued, or may have had our expression knocked, our dramatic flourishes mocked, any of those energies, and that may come up. So do be aware that you may have some self-doubt, some self-value energies coming up, and the place to look really is in with the inner child. So like I said, Mercury finishing up. If you find yourself having trouble sleeping, it may be this Mercury final degrees of Gemini energy meeting with the North Node. But if you are having trouble sleeping, meditate. Ask Spirit to show you, like, where is destiny pulling you? Because the North Node is meant to pull you along your destiny, and it's meant to be supportive. So if you're not sleeping, you might as well use that time. Or, you know, go dive down some rabbit holes. So that is it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better gets, the better gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You do have the power, and stay curious. Namaste.